Hey guys, Sean Spitzer here. Again, I know I haven't made a video in a while, been super busy, but I thought I'd start making more quick tips, talking about things in Maya that you may not be familiar with, things that are not normally covered all the time by your instructors. I've been teaching for 12 years, and these little tips I'm going to show you are very helpful and are oftentimes overlooked in the basic classes because they just either aren't I guess they don't feel that it's important, or they just feel that, hey, let's get to the fun stuff. So this stuff actually can help you out a lot. We're going to be covering 4 different things. 1, we'll look at the camera bookmarks. 2, we'll look at quick selection sets. 3, we'll look at quick ways to select surfaces. And 4, we'll look at the alignment tool and how those work. Not necessarily in those particular order, but definitely going to be covering that, and so that you will have a better understanding and maybe help you out, maybe make your life a little bit easier. All right, so here I just have a little sci-fi scene I've been working on, getting ready to put this guy into Unreal. Been having a blast painting his materials. So what we're going to do is say, hey, we like this shot. Now this is primarily for rendering if you're keeping things mainly in Maya and you want to be able to remember a good acute camera angle and you don't want to lose it. I do recommend when you do this though, you do create a unique camera, and each one of your cameras can have particular a particular group of bookmarks. So we're going to go to camera real quick. We'll look through that camera. Raise up things. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. And say this camera is really awesome. We like this shot. We think this angle is fantastic. I'm going to go to my view. I'm going to go to bookmarks. I'm going to go to edit bookmarks here. And in edit bookmarks, I'm going to say, hey man, I want this to be awesome shot. Like I find this to be the awesome shot. I'm going to hit enter. Now again, my default camera has its own ones already in there just because I was playing with it. But every camera can have a group of these, and you can delete them if you want to. You can edit all within this view. And again, to find that, you find that over here, bookmarks, and then you'll see awesome shot. So if, say, I'm moving around and oh man, what was that great shot? I can never remember where it's at, especially if you have a huge scene. This is really super helpful. I can go in here, go to view, and just go to bookmarks and go to awesome shot, and camera snaps directly there. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty nice. Now, quick selection sets. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have a lot of pieces, I don't want to select them over and over again. So say we want to select these pipes, but I don't want to have to select that over and over again every time that I'm working in Maya. I don't want to have to do that. So that quick selection set, I want to remember where that's at and remember what I can basically collect that item and put it into a kind of a system that's organized so I don't have to reselect it. So to be able to do that, we're going to go under select, and we are going to actually create first. It's a little bit different in older versions of Maya. There's a create. This is where you make your quick selection set. I'll do my quick selection set here, and we'll call this lower pipes. And then now that that's created, you want to go to it under select, and you'll see there your quick selection sets are here. Now what I meant by older versions of Maya are stored, I believe, under edit. So just keep that in mind. It's not in the same place as it is in 2017. It's actually a little bit better organized in 2017. And the older version, it's in a very weird place. So if I deselect this now, and I say, hey man, I need to go back into this and look at my wires and stuff, I can just go under my select, quick selection set, and I'll go to my lower pipes. And it puts it in alphabetical order too. There you go. There's the lower pipes right there. Lower pipes, I should say. Did I say pups? That's weird. All right, so I thought I'd show you that real quick. And now another one. Let's quick selection. So say I have to select stuff. I got a bunch of cute angles. Now this guy actually plays really nice with this particular issue. Because he's really clean. But sometimes when you make geometry in certain pieces, you can have acute angles that Maya doesn't necessarily always like. And a quick way to get around that for selection, say I want to select this face, I want it to go all the way around, I can select the one right next to it and that can work. But if for some reason I do that and Maya doesn't play nice, like say I select something and then it doesn't want to do it, what I'll do is I'll select one, skip one face, and select 2 faces, and it'll understand that I want that edge. Because otherwise, sometimes when you do it, it'll actually go all the way up this way. In older versions of Maya, it's a little bit of a problem. Newer versions of Maya, not quite as much, but I just wanted to show it to you because sometimes when you have very unique geometry, it will do that. Now my guy's really clean, so he's not too much of a problem. Excuse me. But just keep that in mind. Again, it's selecting one, skipping one face, and then one more, and then run right next to it. So it's like a set of 3 with one space in between. And it should go all the way down the path, especially if you have acute angles. It should work pretty well. Just want to mention that real quick. All right. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the alignment tool. Now this is awesome. I discovered this a while back. It's pretty epic, especially for this kind of scene where I have like this Sid Mead ode to Sid Mead console, and I want to be able to say I want to put more buttons on here. Now you'll notice I got buttons over here, and the way I did it was I used the alignment tool for that. Now I'm going to go in here and just make one simple piece of geometry, pull them through, and just scale them down just a tad. And I'm going to raise him up a little bit so we can see kind of underneath him, see what we're doing. So I want him to be here without having to rotate. Now this is a super fast tool because rotating, aligning, getting it perfect can be kind of a pain in the butt. And obviously you do want to unwrap first. It's just a little bit easier to work with that way. So we're going to go to our modify. This is where this is found. I'm going to go to snap together tool. I keep saying alignment tool. I mean the snap together tool is what we want to do. The alignment tool works a little bit different. This basically gives you a shell to measure things out. What we want to do is snap the tool and align it to our geometry. So we're going to snap together tool. I'm going to click on the bottom of this guy because you'll see Maya tells you, hey man, click on the one you want to align. So we'll click on this guy, and then I'm going to click on the face of where I want him to go. You'll see a line go directly there, and then I'm going to hit enter. And this is way cool, especially if you're in object mode, because now all you have to do is Control D, move it over, and you can have a whole series of buttons. Control D again, and you didn't even have to sweat it having to worry about whether these guys were going to be in the right spot. You have them all ready to go. And I did that for pretty much almost all these pieces for the most part. Pretty cool. All right, so that's about it for the quick tips. Again, review what we went over. One, we talked about bookmarks and controlling your camera, and you can keep your camera locked on particular areas. It works really well, especially for rendering, strictly working in Maya. 2, we talked about quick selection sets, which allows you to have a group of items that you want to get back to, and you can have them all ready to go within library. 3, we talked about how to quickly select faces for editing. This also goes for edges, so keep that little concept in mind. And last but not least, we talked about using the snap together tool, allowing us to align faces upon faces so that objects could be placed on a surface. All right, that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments. I will see you in the nerd multiverse.